to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit. I read tarot intuitively, and today we're doing a very special timeless pickacard reading. We're doing what are your alien starseed origins and what is your starseed mission. So I'm not going to flash any cards. We have 12 piles, and you may be called to look at more than one pile because we have been reincarnated not just as one starseed type but as many different starseed types at different points of time in our life. So you may be attracted to one or more pile in this reading, but we have 12 piles. So just go to the description box below. It'll have the timestamp for your pile. Just intuitively use your intuition and see what pile number is being called to you, and that is your reading. And again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment, so I would know to make more videos like this. And I'm taking personal readings at this time, so my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out for a private reading if you like. And I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in your reading. Thank you. Hello pile number one, this is your what is your starseed origin reading. So if you chose pile number one, we have 3 cards for pile number one, all belonging to the Orion cluster. We have the Alpha Draconian, we have the Tall Greys, and we have the Reptilians. So we'll get into it. First we'll shuffle some tarot and we'll get into it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into the Alpha Draconian, Reptilian, Orion cluster. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into the Alpha Draconian, Orion cluster of starseeds. What messages do they need to get from me today? One more card, spirit. Okay, so we have 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, the Chariot, Temperance, the Devil, 5 of Cups, the Judgment card, and Ace of Swords. So what I'm getting for my Orion cluster starseeds and my Alpha Draconian starseeds is, let's first discuss basically the Alpha Draconian starseeds. They're usually known, they usually have a bad rep because they're supposed to be very ambitious. And when it's in the negative polarity, it can become very manipulative, very narcissistic. But what I'm really picking up here is, if you identify as being an Alpha Draconian starseed, you're definitely a natural born leader. Alpha Draconians are known to be leaders, and you basically have this hungry ambition to climb to the top of the hierarchy, which is very signifying of your Alpha Draconian starseed lineage. And what I'm really picking up here is you are very, very hardworking, you know, as an Alpha Draconian starseed, and you definitely do what needs to be done, and you always expect to get certain results from it. And it's almost like you expect it. So I think often you are the kind, pile number one, my Orion, Alpha Draconian starseeds, you probably really get down on yourself, you know, and I think this is a lot to do with you sort of placing your expectations of how people are supposed to behave outside yourself, you know. So you sometimes expect a certain outcome, which is never the case. So I think that is something that really pulls you down, and it sort of makes you not want to believe in humanity at times. And we have the Chariot, so there's definitely movement. You know, Alpha Draconians are not known to stay down for a very, very long time. You know, they're definitely one of the most ancient starseeds to exist. And like I said, you know, it's a part of the Orion star cluster, and basically it's about tapping into your own hunter archetype, because the Orion's belt, it's the Orion's hunter, right? So this whole idea of being a warrior is very prominent in your own self-belief systems. And I think oftentimes you get angry and you don't even understand why you're so angry, and it probably comes from you being an Alpha Draconian starseed. But what I'm also picking up here is you naturally have a very intimidating factor about you. People know not to cross you, people know not to mess with you, and you have a lot of respect for hierarchy and structure, and you often want to maintain it and climb to the top of it. So I think in its negative connotation, you would sort of be very tyrannical, but in the right polarity, in the positive polarity, Alpha Draconians are known to really help people advance, at least in the 3D, and you may be the kind of person who naturally is probably very cold-blooded, like a reptilian. You probably have a very slender physique with like and a lot of, not all Alpha Draconians, but some Alpha Draconian starseeds like the Greys are very, very tall and slender. So you could either be very, very tall and slender, and you definitely have a very natural, intimidating presence about you. You're definitely the alpha in the group. And often I think this is something that gives you a very polarizing personality. I think a lot of people may not like you just because of your alphaness, And we have the devil energy. So yes, I think a lot of Alpha Draconians, they invariably tap into their own darkness at times, and you definitely need to use I feel a lot of y'all have some deep occult knowledge. Personally, the Alpha Draconians I know, they're very well balanced in the earthly realm. They're definitely the rulers of the 3D, so to speak here. They have mastery over the elements of the earth, and this often doesn't. I feel a lot of y'all may sort of suppress your spirituality at the cost of worldly gains. That's what I'm really, really picking up here with the Alpha Draconian Orion star cluster. So, and I feel often at times I'm picking up a lot of anger and a lot of those heavy emotions that one usually does not want to process, and it comes out in the wrong ways. And I feel this has a lot to do with not just you, but it doesn't just make you happy, it also makes other people unhappy around you. So it's like a loss at both ends. So even when you get really upset, you're realizing that you're perhaps not gaining anything out of being really upset. And we have the Judgment and the Ace of Swords. So there's definitely a collective awakening in the Alpha Draconian Greys and Reptilian starseeds. You guys are definitely ascending, or just realizing that perhaps you are an Alpha Draconian starseed. And I think the best advice for any Alpha Draconian starseed is to not sort of compromise on your own needs and your need to be on top, because you're meant to do that. A lot of y'all are natural born leaders, as I said. But what is going to be really, really important for you here is to learn to perhaps coexist with other people, and not basically crush other people and their boundaries for your self-fulfillment. I think that is really the message here for Alpha Draconians. We'll again ask Tarot, what is the life mission of the Alpha Draconian Orion star cluster starseeds in this lifetime that they have been born? Okay, so we have 5 of Wands, the Hermit, 3 of Wands, 7 of Cups, Knight of Coins, and Bacchus, which is the Hierophant card in this deck. So what I'm really picking up here is your life mission in this lifetime as an Alpha Draconian is to build. You're definitely meant to build things. And I feel you have to sort of tap into your Alpha Draconian nature and channel it in a way that will be beneficial not just for you, but beneficial for other people around you. So I think aiming for the greater and the higher cause would really help you. And you're meant to be like a trailblazer in this life. You know, you're meant to pioneer in a very aggressive masculine sense. Doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. You need to definitely tap into your masculine energy, because it is only through conflict will you truly gain what you need. And I know that is not true for everyone, but it makes sense since we're talking about the Alpha Draconian and the Reptilian race over here, right? So, but there's definitely a duality over here. And what is really going to help you on your Starseed mission as an Alpha Draconian is to know when to give up your conflict, know when to surrender, and when to step back, and very much picking your own battles. So Alpha Draconians are notoriously known to not ascend to higher dimensions just because of their very aggressive and violent nature. So you have to at least start introspecting why you do the things you do. I think you will find a lot of answers in just looking inwards, or just starting to look inwards. I think that's going to make all the difference for you as an Alpha Draconian Reptilian Starseed if you identify with that. But you're definitely going to get the gains of everything you aspire for in this life. I feel a lot of you will have too many options, but in order to truly achieve your Starseed purpose and mission in this lifetime is to be very steadfast in what you're doing. You know, it's very interesting, this Knight of Coins has a dragon here, you know, which makes total sense, right? So you need to sort of awaken, you really need to awaken your draconian nature. You know, you definitely have an ability to tap into dragons. I feel a lot of y'all work with dragon magic. A lot of y'all are attracted to dragons in some way over here. You know, so definitely use that. And I think what's really important here is, in this lifetime you're supposed to learn to master how to sustain your dragon nature in a way that is truly helpful for everyone, and it doesn't just burn you down and others too in the light. And I feel a lot of y'all are very, very spiritual, or even if you're not spiritual, you know, I feel a lot of y'all are meant to be in a place of power. You know, a lot of Draconians are known to be in politics, right? So you're going to be in a place where you're going to advise people, and you will only reach that place once you have gained enough wisdom of your own. So don't try to bypass any difficult lessons you're going through right now, because it's going to be very, very instrumental and helpful in you sort of coming into this teacher-preacher position that you're definitely meant to, you know. So it's definitely a lot about tapping into your higher draconian nature and balancing out your more denser qualities that you have within yourself, and almost alchemizing it. We'll pull some oracle. Any additional messages from my Alpha Draconians? 20 cards. Okay, we have 3 cards. You got the Love, Lost Lands, and Empathic Starseeds. So, firstly, talk about Lost Lands. It says, soul memories and gifts, you've done this before. So like I was saying, and it really comes back to that, you are a natural born leader, and I feel a lot of y'all will be pushed into leadership positions that you may not really like. But trust me, it's going to be the most beneficial thing for you, and a lot of you succeeding in this present life has a lot to do with you remembering your past life, or your past lives as an Alpha Draconian, Reptilian, Starseed race over here. Because it's almost, this lifetime is very much a continuation of your past lifetime. And the more you come into understanding your past life, the better it will help you sort of tap into what you're meant to do right now as a Starseed. And that is your mission. And I feel a lot of y'all need to have boundaries. You'll need to have very defined boundaries, even with yourself. You need to hold yourself accountable for what you would be okay with and what you would not be okay with. And we have empathic starseeds. So draconians are known to be usually very cold, like reptiles, right? And you may even feel like going out, getting the sun, you know. And what I'm really picking up here is the more you start looking inwards, the more you will basically open up a dam of your own emotions and things that you didn't value at a certain amount of time in your life. And you need to understand that you will only be able to truly master what you're meant to master is through the barrier of your emotions. You know, you can either use your emotions in a way that aids you and benefits you, or you can really use it against you. And I feel a lot of y'all alpha draconians are using it against your being because you really think it does not pay off at times, when that is not the case. And I feel this lifetime is going to be you learning to balance out your emotions with your more material needs over here. I think that's going to be very, very, very essential and important over here. Full more article. Any additional messages for my Orion Alpha Draconian starseeds? Angels and ancestors are trying to send us to us. Too many cards. You take this. So we have root chakra, ground and center, home, and balanced forces. So I'm just going to read this. It reads, this image speaks of finding home within yourself, a sense of deep inner peace and strong sense of grounding and being centered. Here you can fly free from the grips of survival into a place of thriving. There is trust, connection to community, and you can rely on others joyfully and understand your responsibilities in turn. You are held and have strong foundations for all aspects of life. With your guard down, you have the tools to ride the waves if you need. Everything is okay. So, like I said, you need to definitely focus on the bigger picture of things. You need to focus on not just what is good for you, but what is good for others, because you will sort of realize that only when you can put your selfishness aside and truly understand that by making others win, you also win, is when you will truly master your life as an Alpha Draconian. We have balanced forces. The Lemurian people are said to have been androgynous, a perfect balance of what became masculine and feminine energy as it densified in physical form. This card invites you to look at your masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective, like I was saying. What needs to happen to form a holistic and an equalized foundation? For more masculine drive and focus, concentrate on goals, desires, and ambition. If you want to engage in your more feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow, and surrender, consider all the things you already are grateful for. Feel the warmth, gratitude, and comfort of knowing everything is divinely perfect the way it is. So I think that is very self-explanatory. And we have the home card. Our way home to oneness and the truest part of our infinite self is to know ourselves beyond the socialized matrix of mind-constructed reality. When all sense of flighty survival drops away, a deep sigh radiates from a safe space within, where you can ground dreams into reality. Deep heart-based presence is a direct home portal. Align your temple space, you have dreams, visions, and may yearn for etheric realms. But it is when we fully are present in our bodies that we can actualize ideas and make a difference. Be grounded, find your home, deep in our roots, the higher we can reach into the heaven. So I think this totally makes sense. As I was saying, a lot of Alpha Draconians struggle in ascending to higher dimensions and planes. And if you're trying to do that, don't try to escape your material reality. The answer lies in your material reality. So, take your material reality like a bull by the horns and see it for what it is, so you can diffuse it right then and there the veil of illusion falls away when you realize that the other is not really the other, you know. So, and I feel this doesn't just have a lot to do with your dissolution of ego, but also dissolution of these sort of barriers you've placed as a way of self-defense and mechanism over here. So I think that is what you truly need, and that's when you'll really find your home, or a feeling of home. Because I feel, you know, on a general, if you're a starseed, you probably feel like you've never belonged anywhere, and that is another very big signifier that you're a starseed. Yeah, so that's all I have. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID, my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Pile number 2, if you chose pile number 2, the alien starseed that you probably are is a blue alien. So we'll get into it. First we'll shuffle some time. So, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended master, star family, help me tap into the blue avian starseed race. What messages do I need to give my blue aliens? What messages do I need to give my blue aliens? What messages do I need to give my blue aliens? Okay, so we have the Hermit, the Devil, the Fool, Moon, Wheel of Fortune, Tower, Judgment, and Three of Swords. So first things first, blue avians are probably one of the rarest starseeds to ever exist, and their place of origin is unknown. And what is said about blue avians is they probably came from like another universe, like a multiverse, so to speak. And if you are a blue avian starseed, you're very rare. You're very rare, and you probably find being in your human body very uncomfortable. You feel as if you don't belong in the human body, and the experience of a human body is very uncomfortable to you. You know, I feel a lot of blue avians could be asexuals also. Not all, I'm just saying could be. And you could be very synchronistic to birds. You know, you could be seeing a lot of birds. Your spirit animals may be owls, crows, or any birds like eagles. Or you could be very fascinated with birds or attracted to birds. Or if this is not the case, a lot of blue avians that I know personally are into aviation. So a lot of blue avians are into aviation, or they're pilots, or they work on the airport as security or something. You know, they're very close to flying and planes and things like that. You know, so yes, like I was saying, blue avians are very rare, and they're definitely higher dimensional beings. You know, it's very difficult for a blue avian to exist in a very dense place like Earth. You know, so if you really identify being a blue avian starseed, a lot of your life mission has to do with, you definitely have very big life missions. You're not meant to just do small things over here firstly, and we'll get into your life mission. But I feel a lot of y'all are introverts, or a lot of y'all will become introverts as you age, because blue avians love to study. They love the occult, they love the mysticism, they love philosophy, ontology, and just blue avians are very hell-bent on understanding the laws of things, as to why things happen the way they do. It's almost like suscepting and studying the nature of reality. For example, we have a lot of blue avians in history, like Tehuti or Thoth, the Egyptian god Ra, and even like Horus, who is Heru. So we have a lot of mention of blue avians in Egyptian mythology. And for example, Tehuti or Thoth, he was supposed to be one of, he's the god of magic itself, right? So scribing, a lot of y'all could be writers, a lot of y'all could be into aviation, things like that. And you're not very attracted to worldly things. And blue avians are also very sensitive, so you may not want to be around a lot of noise, you may not want to be around a lot of people. And I think the most important thing here with blue avians is you need to realize that in order to free yourself from any chains is to go inwards. You're not going to find any answers outwards. All the answers you need are going to come from the within. They're going to come from within. And the more you cut yourself out from society and go within, the more you will be able to come out and help others. Because and blue avians are very much associated also with angels, the whole idea of feathers. And it's just a speculation that a lot of angels that are angels in religion could probably be blue avian star seeds, so you have this natural tendency and ability to guide people, and you're meant to be guides. And I feel a lot of y'all have very, very difficult lives just because you're meant to guide others. And I know it's not fair, but in a way your soul signed up for this. You're meant to go on new ventures. You're meant to look deep within yourself. And that is very much your life goal as a blue avian. You have to focus on your higher chakras, your 5th chakra, your 6th chakra, and your 7th chakra. And I feel like for a lot of blue avians, things may have been rough for y'all. Circumstantially, you may feel things have been very, very difficult on you. The odds have really been stacked against you, but just know that is going to change when you really start following your calling. And you very much call you to follow your calling by killing your ego. Yeah. But blue avians are very, 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 very rare. And what I know about blue avians is they have a very advanced technology. Like he has a lot of orbs on this. So a lot of blue avians you may be seeing a lot of white orbs. That is another sign that your blue avian ancestors are close to you, protecting you. You may see a lot of feathers, things like that. Your bird animals, your spirit animals, who may be birds, they're all around you. So you're very much getting signs and synchronicities from blue avians. So pay attention to that. And blue avians are very much collectively are responsible for raising the vibration of people on earth. So what you're truly meant to do in this life is to sort of be on a pedestal, but not out of ego, but it's almost like a martyr to help other people. You're very much, and I think a lot of you all are natural givers, but I think you need to understand that it comes to you the way it does just because you're meant for something very, very great. And you're meant to lead people in the right direction. That is very much the job of a blue avian over here. Pull some more. Yeah, so we have 5 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and 3 of Pentacles. So as a blue avian, you really need to understand that you may have to lose the battle to win the war. And the more you give, the more you start giving, give everything. I feel a lot of y'all have some kind of knowledge. I'm not saying everyone is an occultist as a blue avian, but you could very much have knowledge about planes, for example. And the more you start sharing everything you already know, and you may feel that you don't know enough, but trust me, you know enough to share, that's when you will truly come into a lot of abundance. I feel a lot of you all are struggling with money, but just know that your abundance is very much linked to what you give others. So the more you give, the more you will be personally fulfilled. And this is a time where your blue avian starseeds, other blue avian starseeds and your ancestors are definitely trying to contact you. So co-create with spirit. This is the time for you to really work with spirit. You definitely have a lot of angelic or blue avian guidance with you right now, and you're meant to soar. So this will only truly happen when you give up your idea of control and just give up an idea of defeat, and just follow what you're meant to do. Just truly start following your heart. And that's when you'll really start enjoying your life on earth as a blue avian starseed. Yeah. But the more you give, the more you will get, is basically what Spirit is really saying here. So in my experience, blue avians are very specialized in what they do, so what blue avians do, again, it's collectively, I'm not saying, every blue avian is different. So whatever a blue avian specializes in, they're very hyper specialized. So no one can do what they do. And you are sort of in that position where no one knows what you know, and you sort of have to share. The more you start sharing, the more it will be given to you. Pull some oracle. Any additional messages? Too many cards. Take 3. So we have double mission, bait of the world, and earth pulsing. So double mission says light worker starseed, serve the world by being you. So in your human sort of presence, you need to really understand that you are basically great just by being yourself. And what that means is you need to have a complete commitment to just being yourself at any given time. You really need to just focus on being who you are at any given moment. And I feel a lot of my blue avians, your truth will be questioned again and again, but that is very much happening so you can go deeper into your truth. The more, I feel your lifetime is very much supposed to go, you're supposed to look inwards and go inwards. The more you do that, the better it will be for you. The more you will be able to grow. A lot of you all also need to ground yourself. So walking bare feet in grass will really, really help you. Even if you can do just that for 5 minutes, it's going to make all the difference in a month. And boundaries are going to be very, very important, because if you're a blue avian starseed, most likely you are an introvert by your very nature. You may want to be around people at times, but you very much like to be by yourself at all times, because when you're around people, people will drain you regardless, just because of the beautiful light that you carry as a blue avian starseed, So the more you learn to keep to yourself and know that you truly don't need anyone, the easier your life will be, and the easier it will be for you to give others as a blue avian starseed. We have Shida Lotus. If there is a way to fast track growth, it is by being real with your shadowy and unloved parts of yourself. Shadow can be painful or tender to touch. Sensitivity can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our dark, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting a shadow is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness and self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear by bringing them into daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate, reminding us on the flip side of the coin that these are our superpowers. So don't bypass anything you're going through right now, because it's going to be very pivotal in understanding other people. And blue avians are basically known to create worlds out of just their thought. You can like, a lot of people need to write down their manifestation, but if you're a blue avian starseed, if you think it will happen. since you're that tapped into the higher dimensions, it is that much easier for you to bring things down into reality. So you need to be very, very conscious about the kind of thoughts you are having, the kind of things you're saying even to yourself, because you're very, very powerful manifestors, and the more you realize your true power, the easier it will be for you to come into alignment to following your higher purpose over here. Yeah. So a lot of shadow work is required as a blue avian starseed, and you will learn a lot about yourself, and therefore you will learn a lot about others, and you will be able to help others, because every blue avian starseed is meant to protect, guard, and help the human race ascend, basically. So definitely focus on your own healing journey, and it is only through that will you be able to heal others. Yeah, very powerful. Yeah, so that's all I have for my blue avians. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out, and you may be attracted to more than one timestamp, so you may want to check out another timestamp, and I'll see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, if you chose pile number 3, you're most likely an Alpha Centaurian starseed. So we'll get into it by first pulling some tarot. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended master, star family, help me tap into the Alpha Centaurian starseeds. So suddenly I'm having like an itchy throat, so I feel a lot of Alpha Centaurians have to do a lot with communicating your true thoughts regardless of what the situation may be. So in tarot we have the Chariot, Knight of Cups, 10 of Wands, the Lovers, 4 of Wands, Knight of Wands, 5 of Wands, Ace of Wands, King of Wands, King of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and 10 of Cups. So Alpha Centaurians are very, very tall usually. They're very straightforward and direct about what they want. They don't play around, and they are usually very accustomed to the higher frequencies of the violet light and the violet frequency. So they're very much opposed to the Alpha Draconians. And if you're an Alpha Centaurian, you may find it very difficult to be in your human body. You may find it very, very difficult to just go around doing earthly things. You may also hate the sunlight if you're an Alpha Centaurian. You may love water. You may be very much connected to water bodies. A lot of y'all may have telepathy to speak to fishes, animals. But you're basically a very advanced race. You know, Alpha Centaurians are also known to be very, very telepathic. So a lot of y'all may feel you may just be able to read people's minds without even wanting to. You know, so sort of having certain boundaries is going to be very, very important for y'all. And your life mission has a lot to do with raising the vibration of others. And as an Alpha Centaurian, you definitely have a lot of protection. A lot of your Alpha Centaurian starseed ancestors are trying to communicate with you and co-create with you, and trying to give you everything you need in this 3D world to get by. Not just get by, to do well for yourself. And a lot of y'all in your this life as an Alpha Centaurian, you're meant to go into places that you haven't gone into. A lot of Alpha Centaurians are very weary of conflict, and they do not like conflict. And I feel a lot of y'all have a lot of conflict in your life despite being a very calm person. And just know that that has a reason. That very much has a reason. And you're meant to conquer the more denser aspects of the 3D reality, like conflicts, ambition, things like that. And you will only, and I feel a lot of y'all as Alpha Centaurians y'all are meant to manifest a lot of wealth in this lifetime. And I feel a lot of y'all are naturally geeks, nerds, things like that, you know. So you have to find balance in the earthly realm, and this is very much going to happen through your communication also. So you need to strategize, and I feel a lot of y'all may be going through a lot of starseed and spiritual awakenings, and just know that it is essential for you to transform into the best version of yourself, even though it may not be very, very pleasant. Just know that at the end of it, you will make enough money, and a lot of y'all are very lonely, so you will find the right mate for yourself, you know. But you definitely have a lot of angelic protection and guidance. Your star ancestors are definitely working with you very, very heavily right now, is what I'm picking up. And I feel a lot of y'all are just afraid to go into certain territories that you're meant to go into, but you just don't want to, just because of how afraid you sort of are over here. So, you know, you need to let go of your fear and truly go into those situations that scare you. Because true courage lies in not, you know, true courage is basically you doing things regardless of feeling the fear. You know, you feel the fear, but you still do it. And that is basically courage. And a lot of y'all are meant to be in prominent places of power and money. And that's only going to happen once you go through this thicket of conflict that you usually avoid. You know, Alpha Centaurians are very straightforward and direct, and they often just avoid conflict, and they don't like conflict. You know, they don't like getting upset. And I feel a lot of y'all don't like to get upset, but you need to do a little shadow work and understand, why is your anger the way it is? What is it provoking within you? Why is it happening? And you know, the more you try to understand it through your own mind, the easier it will be for you to be in your physical reality and manifest better. Because I feel your life mission has a lot to do with just manifesting tremendous amount of crazy wealth. I feel a lot of y'all are going to be pioneers, entrepreneurs. A lot of y'all are going to be doing things that you have never, ever done. You know, so as an Alpha Centaurian, Starseed and your Starseed mission has a lot to do with creating a beautiful home, creating a beautiful life on Earth for yourself. That's what I'm really picking up here. Pull some oracle. Any additional messages for my Alpha Centaurians? We have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it is not yours to carry. So like I was saying, you know, a lot of y'all need to understand that just because you're natural givers doesn't mean that the other person is worthy of it. So I think this is about cultivating two things: cultivating the necessary boundaries and cultivating accountability within yourself and others. You know, there have to be certain things that are just not okay with even yourself, and that could be you overextending yourself for the greater good of all. You know, in the Alpha Draconian pile, I said you need to look at the greater good of all, but in the Alpha Centaurian pile, I feel like saying it's the other way around. You need to, sometimes you need to understand that you have to put yourself first, and only then will you be able to help others. Because you know, you can never pour from an empty cup, and a lot of y'all are just draining yourself by doing unnecessary things. You're not supposed to help everyone, but you're supposed to help people that truly need you. And you will find the discernment to gauge who truly needs your help and who doesn't, you know. And I feel a lot of y'all may just be overextending yourself because you don't want to give yourself the love and the attention, because, you know, when you're finally by yourself, you just start crying, or you don't know how to purge those deep-seated heavy emotions and anger, things like that you're not naturally meant to feel or built to feel as an Alpha Centaurian. So the more you try to purge and transmute this, the better your human life will become as an Alpha Centaurian Starseed. And a lot of y'all may also want to listen to music, you know. Y'all are definitely very, very connected to fishes of some kind. You know, you may be very attracted to fishes, or you may even like to eat fishes, you know. So that's another very big sign that you're an Alpha Centaurian Starseed. Okay. We have Earth. It reads, nurture nature. No one can hold you the way nature can. Mama Nature is a powerful healer and transmuter of dense energies. She takes it in and out of your breath and can transform your woes if you allow yourself to surrender to lie in her grassy arms or be embraced by her branches. All experiences, those categorized as good or bad, are a part of the natural cycle that allows for the continuation of life. Trying to suppress or control will only bring you out of your harmony. Nature is all around you, notice her. When you feel like no one else can hold you, she can. So I feel a lot of you all are very, very alone right now, but you're not going to be very, very alone for the right time. You're definitely going to meet your right mate, and that is happening very, very soon. So the more you try to embody being in the physical, in the 3D, and I feel a lot of you all need to start working out. I feel a lot of you all are not working out as Alpha Centaurians. The more you keep yourself present in your body, the more you ground yourself. Even if you just walk in the grass bare feet for 5 minutes every day, it's going to really build up into something very, very beautiful. So just know that even if you feel you don't belong on Earth, you have been put here for a reason, and you're meant to be the master of it. So don't hold yourself back from really tapping into your own destiny and your greatest potential here. That's really the message coming through. And like I said, you will only be able to grow and help others by first investing in yourself. So don't overextend yourself to help others and drain yourself. Try to help other people and still not be drained. That is the real empathic flex, so to speak. Yeah, so that's all I have for my Alpha Centaurians. Again, it's a general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and you may be attracted to other piles, so please check them out. People usually don't just have one starseed origins, they have a few. So you may be attracted to others. So I will see you in your other reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose pile number 4, you're most likely a Lyran starseed. So we'll get into it by first pulling some tarot. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended master of star family, help me tap into messages for my Lyran starseeds. Help me tap into messages from my Lyran starseeds. Okay, so we have Knight of Discs, Death, King of Wands, 3 of Wands, 9 of Cups, the Hierophant, 4 of Swords, 7 of Discs, Justice, and the Judgment card. So first things first, Lyrans are probably one of the oldest of the starseeds to ever exist, at least in our galaxy, so to speak. And Lyrans definitely come from the Lyran star cluster, specifically Vega. So if you're naturally very cat-like, you're very, very independent, you love your independence. A lot of y'all may even have cats, or you just love felines, tigers, lions, leopards, any cats in general you love. And you may have very beautiful cat-like almond eyes, or you probably have a very sturdy frame. A lot of Lyrans are very clairaudient also. So if you feel like a very happy person, but at the same time you feel like you don't belong anywhere, you're probably a Lyran starseed, because Lyran starseeds, they lost their home planet, so they often they often feel very alone in the world, and you may often find yourself you may often just find yourself gazing at the stars, so just know that you have been put on earth to find and make home here right now. Lions are probably one of the oldest starseed races, and your life mission as a lion starseed is to go through some deep transformations over here, is what I'm picking up. And lions are just naturally very, very curious, and once they set their eyes on something, they don't give up. But at the same time, they're very sort of fickle in their nature. Something else may catch your eye and it may excite you even more than the previous thing you were doing. But in this lifetime, in this lifetime that you have been incarnated, you need to know that you're a natural born leader. You're meant to lead others, and you have to let go of your own fickleness by really committing to one thing, even when the excitement runs out, So don't be as fleeting as you usually are. If you're a lion starseed, you may relate, You may have a lot of love and passion for something, and then just 6-8 months down the line, you may just run out of it completely. For example, you may start a YouTube channel, and 6 months later, you may just be like, no. So the most important lesson I'm picking up for my lion starseeds is to stick to what you're doing, because it is only through that will you ascend by deep transformations and really step into your leadership position, because you won't just be helping yourself, you will be helping others. And a lot of you naturally have a lot of energy, or even if you feel when you don't have energy, you somehow always manage to get energy to go the extra mile. So just know that that is your lion ancestors coming through for you very, very heavily. And you need to find balance in working hard and not burning yourself out. That is going to be a very, very big lesson as a lion starseed. And a lot of you all have many, many lifetimes. So you may definitely want to check out other piles. You may have more than one starseed origin over here, so to speak. And what that is saying is, in your past life, you've probably had a lot of pain and trauma, and you're sort of carrying this heavy heart within you that you cannot even understand, because you're naturally very jolly, very loving, you're very fun. Lions have like a great sense of humor, things like that. But when you're by yourself, you really start spiraling. So just know that it is probably coming from your past life, and you're very much meant to balance those things out in this life that you couldn't in your past life, And I feel a lot of lions are also having like a cosmic awakening right now. I feel a lot of y'all are waking up to your starseed mission in this lifetime. And a lot of y'all are meant to be in a position of power. A lot of y'all are meant to be teachers. A lot of y'all are meant to teach others. Like I said, lions are one of the oldest starseeds to ever exist, and they've seen a lot, and they've had many reincarnations across different lives and different species. So you're meant to take everything you have learned till far, not just in this life. I'm sure you've gone through a lot of lessons in this life, and you've had a lot of transformations in this life. You have a lot of past life in just this life, just given the amount of transformation you've held as a lion starseed. So just know that you will find a lot of strength in ending a lot of cycles that you do not want to end, and it is going to help you push yourself to your destiny, to you're really just meant to be in a high position. You're meant to be a preacher, you're meant to be a teacher in whatever you do right now, You're meant to create an empire and then rule over it with benevolence and rule over it with true wisdom. And it is only by sharing your wisdom will you truly be doing what you're meant to do, So you're definitely meant to be in a position of power, and you're meant to guide others. I'm picking up a very guiding energy as a lion starseed over here, if you're watching this. So just focus on that. And again, you're a great manifestors. So just keep manifesting everything you truly need, because the universe is very much working with you. Yeah, I feel a lot of y'all are also, I feel a lot of y'all, this is probably a last earth life, so to speak. You know, I don't think you're going to be reincarnated in such a dense reality again, you know, so might as well make it count and really enjoy your time here. And you really need to ground yourself and find balance as a light and starseed, and not give up when things get very difficult. You know, I feel a lot of Lyrans are natural fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and often with fire signs, they're so passionate about something, but when circumstantially things don't go their way, they really lose it and they burn themselves out. So even if you're not a fire sign, you need to make sure that you don't burn yourself out. You need to find sustainability in whatever you're doing. You need to make sure that the passion that you have on the first day is the same passion you have after 2 years, if not more. You know, so being diligent and being dedicated and disciplined to your own calling over here. And you know, I feel a lot of y'all are very specialized in whatever y'all do over here. So just keep doing that. You know, you're very much meant to be in a position of power, and Lyrans love being around people. Lyrans aren't introverts, they're definitely extroverts. You know, they definitely like to be where the fun is. They like to be in a place where they can observe the happenings, so to speak, you know. So you will reach that place, but it is only through these very deep and dark transformations that you will be going through, because you are a natural born leader, even if you don't see it within yourself. And the more you progress on this path, the easier it will be, and you will be able to see it for yourself, because a lot of y'all, I'm picking up, are very clairaudient and clairvoyant. Pull some oracle. Any additional messages for my light and starseeds? Like I was saying, you know, we have Hirayat and trust the timing. So longing for home, homesickness for the stars. You know, like I said, you know, a lot of y'all may just be looking up at the stars and feeling like you don't belong, and that is because you probably remember your past life where your home planet was destroyed. So just know that, trust the timing, you know. Trust the wave you came in on, time is not running out. It's raining now. So like I said, you know, a lot of y'all may feel you're running out of time, and you may not have enough time to do what you're meant to do, but nothing that is truly meant for you in this lifetime, your abundance, it's not going to go away from you. In fact, the difficult circumstances you're going through right now are exactly what you need in order to progress. So trust timing, and you need to know that you have been put on earth so you can find home over here. You're meant to have a family over here, and a lot of y'all are also meant to redefine what home means to you. You know, so I feel that is going to be a very, very important lesson for you as a light and starseed over here. And it is only through this that you will truly find the liberation that you're truly seeking deep within your heart. You know, that is the only thing that's going to really satisfy your desires, so to speak. Pull some oracle. Yeah, another thing about, I was yawning, so I just realized, thank you, Spirit. If you're a light and starseed, you sleep a lot. You sleep more than an average person, and you still feel like you didn't get enough sleep, is because your higher self or your lighter self is very active in other dimensions at that time. You know, so just like a cat, you need sleep more than usual human beings, and that is okay. You know, embrace your inner feline. You know, and we have Bastet and Sekhmet who are like feline Egyptian goddesses. You know, so they definitely have some light and resonance over there. You may want to read up about Sekhmet and Bastet. Too many cards. One card for it. Okay, we have 3, so we'll read them. First is home. Then is endless opportunities and she the lotus, she of the lotus. So home reads our way home to oneness, and the truest part of our infinite selves is to know ourselves beyond the socialized matrix of mind constructed reality. When all sense of flighty survival drop away, a deep sigh radiates from the safe space within, where you can ground dreams into reality. Deep heart-based presence is a direct portal home. Align with your temple space, you have dreams, visions, and may yearn for etheric realms. But it is when we are fully present in our bodies that we can actualize ideas and make a difference. Be grounded, find your home. The deeper our roots, the higher we can reach into the heavens. So just know that, yes, you miss home, but that does not stop you from creating home over here. And you may feel your circumstances are bad, but they are exactly what you need in order to create heaven on earth, because that's what you're meant to do. Then we have endless opportunities. It's wonderful to have the freedom to choose. However, sometimes indecisions can be almost suffocating. So get into your body and let your gut feeling guide you. You have options and opportunities you may not have realized. The universe wants to give you what you want. It's all there, so reach out wholeheartedly and choose it. While you sit on the fence, your experiences are diluted or confusing. We live in a time of choices. Sometimes reason and limitation direct our choices and we feel unfulfilled as a result. Choose a life from a place of heart, compassion, integrity, and you can't go wrong. So I think that is very, very self-explanatory. And I feel a lot of y'all may feel you're running out of time. Let me say you're not. You're exactly where you need to be right now to do what you're meant to do. And you're meant to do big things. She of the lotus. If there is a way to fast track growth, it is by being real with the shadowy or unloved parts of yourself. Shadows can be painful or tender to touch. Sensitivity can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadow is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness in self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into daylight. Under a loving and a compassionate light, they will resolve and re-assimilate, reminding us that on the flip side of the kind, these are our superpowers. So a lot of y'all need to do shadow work and realize that everything that you're running from is exactly what you need in order to grow. And when you do that, you will be unstoppable as a light and starseed. Yeah, so that's all I have. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. I'm taking personal readings at this time. So you can definitely reach out for a personal reading on my email ID or my Instagram handle given in the description box below. And again, you may be attracted to one or more piles, so you may want to check out the other timestamps for the piles. And I'll see you guys in your other reading. Thank you. Hello, if you chose pile number 5, you're most likely in a Garden Starseed. So we'll shuffle some tarot and get into it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, descendants, masters, star family. Help me tap into information on my Agarthan starseeds. Okay, so we have the Star, the Sun, 4 of Cups, Hangman, 4 of Wands, Queen of Cups, Princess of Wands, Temperance. Okay, so first things first, Agarthan starseeds are basically Lemurian or Atlantean starseeds. You may definitely identify as having a past life in Lemuria or Atlantis, because Agarthans are basically Lemurian and Atlantean starseeds that were refugees after the destruction of Lemuria and Atlantis. So you've definitely had a past life in Lemuria and Atlantis, and Agarthans are basically protecting a citadel below the Mount Shasta. So basically Agarthans are not very, very tall, but they're very extra sensory. They live very beautiful, comfortable lives on Earth, and they're basically star guardians, and they guard star portals is what I mean. And what I'm picking up here is you are a joy in people's life. People love being around you, and I'm picking up a lot of y'all are also very well off financially, and you're meant to use your material abundance in this life and give hope to others. You naturally have an ability to heal and raise other people's vibrations, and that's what Agarthans do. They're very well known to transmute denser energies, and you're definitely meant to bring people out of their apathy and make them believe in the higher power of things. And you definitely have it within you to make people believe in the higher powers. And I feel a lot of y'all will only progress as an Agarthan starseed is when you truly learn to surrender and know that you're very, very protected and guided at this time in your life. You're meant to create a beautiful life on Earth. You're meant to create a beautiful home. A lot of y'all may also resonate with having a past life in Egypt. I'm picking up very heavy Egyptian energy over here. But you're meant to be a mystic counselor of some kind. Not just mystic, you could very much be a psychiatrist, a psychotherapist, a counselor, something along those lines. Or you could be into alternative healing like Reiki. But you have a beautiful childlike nature to you, despite how old you are, and you have a very youthful glow about you. You know, age has nothing to do over here. But you're definitely in a place where you're very, very guided and protected. And you're meant to be the light in other people's life. You know, that is what I'm really picking up here as your starseed mission. You're definitely meant to guide others. Guide by just being yourself. You're meant to lead by example, and you are the example over here. And all of a sudden I was lost for words. So I feel a lot of y'all are very stuck in your head. You may not always verbalize what you truly feel, and you really need to start verbalizing what you truly feel, because if you don't do that, it will block your throat chakra. And I'm seeing a lot of blue over here. So you know, you're definitely meant to work with your throat chakra. You're meant to be some form of communicators. You're meant to communicate something to the world. You're meant to communicate truth. You're meant to give people the truth in a very beautiful way. I don't feel you're a very crude and prude about things, even though people may not be on your level at times. You know, you definitely have a beautiful gentleness about you that helps you navigate through any kind of person in front of you and still show them the light. You know, so you're very much meant to guide people back into their higher frequencies. Yeah. So communication is going to be very, very important for you. I feel a lot of y'all may have YouTube channels, or even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you're meant to communicate to a large audience in whatever you do over here. People are meant to listen to your words. And Agarthans are also great manifestors. They're very highly advanced. They live a very comfortable life, you know. So if you aren't already materially abundant, I'm picking up some of y'all are, the others of y'all are not. Just know that if you aren't, you're definitely going to come into a lot of money, because Agarthans usually live a very, very lavish life, and you're meant to live a very lavish life in this lifetime. And that will only happen the more you will be of service to other people. And you need to understand that your own personal healing has a lot to do with healing other people. So definitely focus on healing others, and it's going to pay you back in ways you cannot even imagine. Pull some oracle. Any additional messages here from my Agarthan starseed? We have all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So I feel a lot of y'all will only be able to truly help people by first dissolving that problem within yourself. I feel a lot of y'all have had very tough lives, and you need to understand that there is a very big reason why you've had a difficult life. And you will probably start understanding this further and further in your future, the more you will start following your North Node over here. So, and just know that when you finally start following your North Node, your haters are just going to skyrocket. So don't take it personally. You know, people will definitely project onto you because you naturally have a very beautiful healing light. You know, you bring hope in people's life. So you are the blessing. They were never the blessing. You are the blessing in people's life. So move accordingly. Any additional messages here? Anything I missed? We'll take 2 cards. We have trust your inner sense and new blueprints. So we have, sometimes it can be hard to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our purest essence. Here we have access to truth of our being. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is about not withholding or having deep transparency within yourself. Trust to learn and be absolutely honest with yourself. It is your heart, in your heart of hearts you hold the answers. Notice the first thoughts you have before you second guess yourself. Listen and honor these. So you need to understand that the shadow work you will do, don't try to bypass it because you're meant to help other people. And you will only truly be able to help others is when you've truly learned your own lessons, because you won't just be learning those lessons for yourself, but you will also be learning those lessons for other people. You know, and you have a beautiful way of materializing things into words that even the layest person can understand. And you're meant to do that in this life. You're meant to be the voice for people who don't have a voice. And we have new blueprints. Powerful, meaningful change starts with you today. Despite a desire for change, we can be overwhelmed by all that is going on and making a positive impact. And making a positive impact can seem impossible. We have more of a voice than we realize, what I was saying. This card inspires action, no matter how small, that will create a ripple of light in the world. You are a part of the bigger picture, a greater story. Your actions, your choices, your presence are making a difference. You have more power than you realize. Focus on what you can do and do it well. Change takes time, so make plans and start now. So a little patience at your end is required, because despite you having the vision, you don't always see it for yourself, and you yourself are meant to go through some deep transformations in order to align to your highest potential over here. And when you align, you will also help a lot of other people align. So I know it can be a lot of responsibility, but just know that you're a lot tougher than you think you are over here. Yeah, so that's all I have. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And I'm taking personal readings at this time, so you can definitely reach out on my email or my Instagram for a private reading. And you may be attracted to one or more piles, so I'll see you in your other reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 6. If you chose pile number 6, you're most likely a tall white starseed. So we'll pull some tarot and get into it. Okay, so we have the Wheel, Knight of Pentacles, High Priestess, 8 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the Emperor. So first things first, tall whites are obviously very, very tall. So you may naturally be very tall, lanky, you may be very slender. Not always the case, but you most likely would be if you identify with this starseed. And tall whites are usually very, very quiet and timid, but that does not mean that they are weak. You know, they're very, very powerful. They're very, very agile. So you could very much be an athlete, or you could have done athletics in school, gymnastics, when you were much younger, you know. Tall whites really like to be quiet. They don't like to talk much. and they're like the most introverted of the star seeds. But that does not mean they're weak, you know. They often feel very threatened by like other humans because tall whites are at a higher frequency than other human beings, you know. So if you have if you're a human who doesn't like relate to most people, you're definitely a tall white. And if you're the kind of person who's just like, oh, shut up already, you know, you're definitely a tall white because you're very, very wise. You definitely love to study. You definitely love to do things. But you definitely understand that it is only in the quiet and the silence that the answers you need arise, so to speak here. You know, so you're very, very guarded. I'm not saying you're not emotional, but you come off as very, very cold to other people because you guard your emotions very, very well. You may really not be fond of speaking. You may not like it when people speak to you. You know, so that's another signifier that you could be a tall white. And I feel a lot of y'all have had circumstantially things go bad, but the wheel is definitely turning in your favor, and things will work out more in your favor the more you decide to focus on one thing and stick to it. Because tall whites are also very, very clairvoyant and clairaudient. So you definitely have a great vision, and what you need to focus on is everything you know in your gut, every gut information you get, you know. So you could be very cognizant also. You just need to know that you need to trust everything you know, and you need to trust that everything you know is true. You definitely have the grander vision over here, but you somehow stop yourself. I feel a lot of you have very, very self-limiting beliefs. So the more you allow yourself to let go of certain things that have happened in your past, the easier it will be for you to step into your soul mission over here. And you're definitely ending some very, very huge karmic cycles is also what I'm picking up. But you're meant to be in a place where you heal others. Tall whites are great healers also, you know. So you're meant to be in a place where you're probably you're some kind of therapist. You could be some kind of psychiatrist. You could be some kind of spiritual healer also. You know, we have Queen of Cups. So you're very, very, your intuition is very much on point right now, you know, if you chose this. Pile number 6. So, and another thing that I'm really picking up here is your angels, ancestors, your spirit guides, and your tall white starseed fam. You're very, very guided and protected right now, and you're meant to be on a throne, so to speak. And that will only happen when you sort of learn to balance your timidness and your shyness with being a go-getter, because you're meant to go into places that most people don't. You know, you definitely have the guts for it, even though you may not want to. You know, you're not afraid of most things that other people are afraid of. You're not afraid of what other people would think or say. You know, you would rather not engage with them at all. You know, so I definitely relate over here. But you're meant to be the emperor. You know, we have emperor and we have 3 of Pentacles. So your ascension to the throne is very, very guided. You know, your destiny is very, very safe. So I feel a lot of y'all may feel that you're running out of time. I just want y'all to know that you're not running out of time, and that you have enough time to get everything you've ever truly wanted. And I feel a lot of y'all just want peace, but you need to understand that sometimes peace comes at the cost of being victorious over your enemies, so to speak, over here, you know. And I feel a lot of y'all are alone right now, and you're meant to be alone for a while till you ascend to an extent in the 3D, and only then will you meet your soulmate or your twin flame, and you're very, very close to them. And they're also probably a tall white star seed. So get out of your head. That is the first thing. I think you've had a lot of trauma happen to you, but you're finally in a place where where you can be free of it. Like I said, you're ending some very, very big karmic cycles. You may not have certain clarity, just know that the clarity is also coming. So pay attention to the visions you're getting, the dreams, things like that. That will really be very, very beneficial and helpful for you. You may be seeing a lot of birds, owls. You may be seeing a lot of feathers, so pay attention to that. Every time you feel alone, just know that you're actually not alone. And if you're alone, you're meant to be alone to figure out certain depths about yourself. But you're definitely meant to be a leader. You're a natural born leader. You're meant to be in a position of power. So if you're not in a position of power, just know that it is going to happen. Or if you don't see it for yourself, you better start seeing it for yourself, because I feel a lot of you are just afraid of your own potential over here. So don't do that to yourself. Do some oracle. We have Hirai, longing for home, homesickness for the stars. So I feel a lot of y'all don't feel comfortable in your body. A lot of y'all don't feel comfortable where you are living right now. But just know that that is exactly where you need to be. I feel a lot of y'all have body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia. So just know that, yes, you need to unlearn everything that is not yours, but you will be releasing a lot in just unlearning certain limiting beliefs that other people have put on you. You're meant for greatness. You're meant to be a leader. You're a natural born leader, even if you don't see it. And I think you are the kind of person who would truly understand what it means to be in true leadership, because you understand the responsibility it comes with. You don't want the power to be, a tyrant. You want the power to do well, and that is exactly what you're going to get in this life if you choose it, if you work towards it. So get out of your own way, basically, because there's nothing truly stopping you right now. Yes, you need to take your time with healing. Healing is not linear, but the more you do action, like for example, make a very small list of to-do things that you can do and achieve in a day. That will really help you. That will really help you build a very strong backbone and accountability for yourself, and you will realize that yes, you can do anything you can truly put your mind to. So start small and then eventually make it, aim for higher things. We have Starseer and Home. Have you ever headed towards a specific destination, but instead of it being where you ended up, the journey was the catalyst for getting to where you're meant to go? Have you ever felt nothing was working out as planned, but then it came together perfectly? This card depicts intuition as a goddess, lifting us to see where we are going and the star she sees in us. The journey may not go as planned, but the outcome is better than you thought possible. Let the serendipities unfold. Unfold. Allow space for unexpected opportunities, even when the route is not as direct as you imagine. Listen to your intuition and know you have got this. So even if you feel the odds are stacked against you, they're very much stacked against you for you. You're meant to realize your power. I feel a lot of you are very, very powerful. Tall bites are very, very powerful and very threatening actually, even though they don't look like it. And I feel that is very much the case with you over here. So you need to just know that you're truly tougher than you think you are, and you will only unlock your gifts by going through difficulties. Home. Our way home to oneness and the truest part of our infinite self is to know ourselves beyond the socialized matrix of mind-constructed reality. When all sense of flighty survival drops away, a deep sigh radiates from the safe space within, where you can ground dreams into reality. Deep, heart-based presence is a direct portal home. Align with your temple space. You have dreams, visions, and may yearn for an etheric realm, but it is when we are fully present in our bodies that we can actualize ideas and make a difference. Be grounded, find your home. The deeper our roots, the higher we can reach into the heavens. So I feel a lot of your body dysmorphia and your gender dysmorphia comes from your past life. And you're very much releasing your ancestral etheric baggage by having these issues, and the more you try to ground yourself despite having the body issues you have, the more rewarding it will be. So I feel a lot of you all just need to focus on action and doing. Like, for example, just start working out for 5 minutes a day. And it could be anything. You don't have to go to the gym. You could just do yoga. You could swim. Just whatever you want. Listen to your heart, because your crown chakra is very, very active right now. Your crown chakra is very, very active. You must be getting some crazy dreams, some crazy intuitive downloads. So pay attention, because you're very much guided to your throne. All you have to do is walk the path. Yeah, so that's all I have. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And I'm definitely taking personal readings right now. So if you want to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and you may be attracted to one or more pile in this reading. So I'll see you in your other reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 7. If you chose pile number 7, you're most likely an Andromedan starseed. So we'll pull some tarot and get into it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into my Andromedan starseed. So we have 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, the Sun, Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and Knight of Wands. So what I'm really picking up for my Andromedans is, firstly, Andromedans is, as we know, the Andromeda galaxy. It's not our galaxy, it's the galaxy next to us that is going to merge with us at some point. And if you're an Andromedan starseed, you're very sensitive, you're highly empathic, you're most likely psychic, and it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, you have a beautiful, balanced right brain and a left brain, and your superpower lies in sort of balancing out your brain. And the Andromedan vibe is very like a hippie vibe. You could be very laid back, chill, very relaxed, very like can't be bothered, but not in like an aggressive way. It's very difficult for people to aggravate you, even though you may take on other people's burdens and you may not tell them, but people definitely see you as a giver. And you're meant to give in this life, and you're definitely a light in a lot of people's life over here. But I feel you may feel very lonely, because you may feel people don't get you, people don't understand you, people don't really see you for who you are. And just know that your soul family is coming in, and you are at a point in your life, like, yes, I'm picking up that you went through a lot, but it was all meant to help you transform into your greatest version of yourself over here. And at this point, nothing is truly stopping you from blooming but yourself. You are stopping yourself from fully blooming into the person you're meant to be. And why give up now, right? You've gone through so much for a reason. You're definitely meant to be a giver, and the more you give, the more you will get. You're definitely meant to give your knowledge. And Andromedans are also healers, so you're definitely meant to heal other people over here. But other people see you definitely as a ray of light. People see you as someone very, very happy-go-lucky, very laid back, very chill. Again, like a very hippie vibe, And you're definitely very, very loyal and consistent and diligent with what you do, even though at times that may burn you out. But I feel your life mission right now in this lifetime as an Andromedan starseed is to go into places that people don't go and to do things that people don't do. So you're meant to be great pioneers of something. And you are at a time in your life where clairvoyance is at an all-time high. The clairvoyance is definitely at an all-time high. So you're definitely getting visions, and you're being guided right now to where you need to be and what you need to do. So please pay close attention to that. And the more you learn to holistically balance yourself out, so I feel a lot of y'all may practice yoga or might be yoga teachers, or if you're not, you're being called to practice yoga if you're an Andromedan starseed. You really need to balance your chakras, because it's going to help you bring closer into alignment to what you're truly seeking here. And I feel you haven't really experienced happiness, not true happiness, and you will experience it, and you have the right kind of people coming into your life who won't backstab you and betray you. But that will only happen the more you let go of your past. You're really holding on to your past, and that is stopping you from growing. Because your past cannot hurt you anymore, but it will hurt you only if you hold on to it. So the more you let go, the easier it will be to like really surpass things and come into your true power that you're truly meant to be over here. And you're meant to be a giver. You're meant to sort of, people look up to you, people definitely look up to you, and you may not always want that responsibility, but you are exactly the kind of person that would do best, with this kind of responsibility. So you're a lot tougher than you think you are, and you may be burnt out, but just know you've really got this. Pull some marker. We have perspective. None of this matters, zoom out, common ground. So just start looking at the grand scheme of things. I think that's all truly that needs to be said for you guys, because I'm sure there is pain and lingering feelings, but your past truly doesn't have any power over you. And the more you realize it, and the more you start seeing your own inner beauty and just your own capabilities and your powers, the easier it will be for you to sort of move on over here. So just keep focusing on unlearning things that you have learned. So that itself will bring you into a lot of alignment. I'm being called to take this card, so we take this. It says Sacral Chakra, Core of Creation. Revel in the present moment and feel deeply into your senses. The sensuality of being alive, the breeze on your skin, the scent of damp earth, the feeling of aligning perfectly into the temple called your body. This card is about diving into the depths of present movement, where all your faculties are available for divine creation. Nothing is left in the past or caught in the future. All of who you are unites in a moment of ecstatic conception. Let yourself drop into passion, intimacy, and loving connection with whatever you do, with whatever you are birthing into the world, and with whoever you have chosen to co-create. So all of a sudden I couldn't speak, so I feel y'all are very, very creative. I said the hippie vibe. Y'all are very original, and the thoughts you have, the thoughts you are channeling from other dimensions, no one ever has. So give yourself that credit and give yourself the pat on the back over here. And to truly be a creative, I get it, and your second chakra is very much linked to your fifth chakra over here, your throat chakra, So the more you express yourself creatively and vocally, the more you'll come into alignment, because I feel a lot of people have told you that what you have to say doesn't matter, or what you create has no value. And the more you start creating, the more you start speaking your truth, the more you will realize that that is so not the case. And this is your superpower, your ability to speak and your ability to create as an Andromedan starseed. So you really, really need to allow yourself to transform into the best version of yourself, even though it may be painful at times. Just know you've truly, truly, truly got this, because you're a lot tougher than you think you are. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And I'm taking personal readings at this time, so if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading if you like. And yeah, you may be attracted to some other piles in this selection, so you may be attracted to being more than one starseed, because people usually have not just one starseed origin, they have a few. So I'll see you guys in your next reading. Thank you. Hello, if you chose pile number 8, you're most likely a Venusian starseed. So we'll keep this and pull some tarot and then get into it. So we have Knight of Swords, which is the King of Swords in the throat, Two of Wands, Ace of Wands, Temperance, 10 of Wands, the Sun, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and 2 of Cups. So, as we know, Venusian starseeds are from our neighboring planet Venus, and yes, we know Venus is very, very hot, but Venusian starseeds are usually fourth dimensional beings. So they don't exist at the same plane that we do. They exist at a higher frequency, and if you're a Venusian starseed, obviously you're very, very attractive. If you're a girl, you're very, very feminine and pretty, and if you're a guy, you're very masculine and hot. So you're obviously very, very, very attractive, and you definitely operate from a place of love. There's nowhere, I feel you've had a lot of relationships or people in your life who have really done their best to make sure you don't believe in love, but despite all the horrible things you have experienced, you still believe in love. And in fact, your belief in love gets stronger and stronger even though you don't understand why it happens, and it probably happens because you're a child of Venus. You are a Venusian starseed here. You may have a lot of prominent Libra or Taurus placements, but you don't need to have them. So you're very, very attractive, being a Venusian starseed, and I feel people may even pull you down because of your attractiveness at times, but just know that they're jealous. And you're definitely meant to use your beauty for the greater good. You definitely have a very magnetic pull to you. People don't understand why they're so drawn to you, but they just are. So enjoy it. You're meant to do that. You're meant to get people in their feelings, so to speak. But you're very, very guided. You're very, very protected. You have your angels all around you. You're definitely a big light in people's life. But I think often you may get jealous and you may take on to other people's problems that are truly not yours. So you may have a lot of energy vampires in your life who are draining you. So what Spirit is really saying here is, this is a time to be a little selfish. This is a time to put yourself first. And I feel a lot of y'all are single. So when you finally start putting yourself first, when you finally start conserving your energy and start pouring all the love into yourself that you have been pouring into others, will you truly be completely fulfilled emotionally, not just emotionally, but financially? I feel a lot of y'all like finer things in life. So that is only going to come to you when you put yourself first. And I feel a lot of y'all, it has become very natural for you to love others more than it is to love yourself, because somewhere deep down, it is easier to give love to others than it is to give to yourself. But you need to understand that your superpower is your heart, and it is your heart-based frequencies. So the more you tap into your own heart, and the more you sort of peel back the layers of your heart, the easier it will be for you to manifest your soulmate and your twin flame. For a lot of y'all, I'm picking up, a lot of y'all have twin flames. And just know that your twin flame is coming in much, much closer to you than you think. And the best way to magnetize your twin flame to you is to put yourself first. Keep putting yourself first. Keep giving yourself the worth and the value that other people have failed to give you in your life. Because you're meant to be a creature of love. You're meant to be loved on, and you're meant to love in this life, And I feel a lot of your life path has to do with helping other people activate their heart chakras. I think you trigger people by just being yourself. A lot of times you've gotten hate and you don't understand why, and you don't feel like you belong here. And all of that is supposed to further help you trigger your heart to make it more open. And heart chakra is very tricky, I get it. The more it is only through cracking open your heart chakra does it truly evolve and heal, and it doesn't always come at the experiences that we want, So I'm definitely picking up a lot of disappointments in people, friendships, relationships, parents. But just know that despite all of this, you're very, very empathetic. Despite all this, you believe in love, and true love is going to come to you because you've earned it. And the more you put yourself first, I feel a lot of y'all also need boundaries. A lot of y'all need to stop taking other people's problems. And when you do that, it will be easier to ascend, because you're meant to ascend in this life. You're meant to tap into higher etheric spiritual realms, but that'll only happen through your heart. Your heart is the key. So the more you heal your heart, the better things will get for you despite everything you've gone through. So please take my word on that, Venusian starseeds. Pull some oracle. Your life is a canvas. We have weight of the world and trust the timing. So I feel a lot of y'all y'all have already missed out on your soulmates, on your twin flames. No, you're going to meet them when the time is right. You need to understand that there are greater things at play over here, so the best thing you can do is to surrender. And weight of the world, boundaries. Like I said, you need to have boundaries. You need to not just hold others accountable, but also hold yourself accountable about certain things that you're okay with and not okay with. You know, and if it is easier to love other people than it is to love yourself, then you really need to do some shadow work and take a deep look into yourself. Why? And you will be surprised what you will find there. And your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative, accountability. So like I said, you know, you're a child of Venus. You're meant to create not just babies, but whatever you wish to create in this world, you know, even my men. So your second chakra is very, very active, and your sixth chakra is very, very active. And the more you tap into your creativity, the more you will unleash who you truly are in this life, you know. I'm hearing tears of pearl, you know, so irritant makes pearls basically, and all your suffering is just going to help you benefit into being your highest version of yourself over here. So the more you allow yourself to heal after every heartbreak, you'll realize the stronger you are becoming. And no one can break you. No one can truly break you over here because you're that powerful. You have a very quiet power about you. It's not very in your face, but it is something people notice. You know, you walk into a room, people will notice you. Any additional messages from the Venusians? We have luminescence. When we journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness, illusion drops away, and we see what is real. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. What I've been saying. You may be experiencing inner dissonance due to what you're trying to push away. This card is about self-love, deep, compassionate, unconditional love that brings you into wholeness. Luminescence means essence of light. Nothing shines like a heart emanating with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept all your shades to allow more light and love inside and out of your world. So I think this really speaks about healing your own heart chakra and realizing that no one can truly break your heart. Because the more your heart breaks, it basically just cracks open and you have the ability to heal it back. And it may not be something you want, but it is your higher purpose. You're meant to not just heal and open your heart chakra, but when you do that, you also make a leeway for other people to do the same. And you definitely are meant to help and guide people in this life. You're definitely, I'm picking up also a very psychic energy, a very telepathic energy over here, you know. But your energy and your strength lies in your ability to transform. So do the necessary shadow work and it will definitely pay off. So that's all I have for my Venusian starseeds. Again, it's a general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And I'm taking private readings at this time, so you can definitely reach out for private readings on my email ID and my Instagram handle. And you may be attracted to one or more of the pile selections in this reading. So I'll see you in your next pile. Thank you. Hello, if you chose pile number 9, you're my Arcturian starseeds. So we'll pull tarot and get into it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into my Arcturians. Okay, so we have the Devil card, 6 of discs, 2 of wands, the sun, 8 of swords, page of swords, the tower, and the moon. Alright. So Arcturians are basically known to be the most advanced starseeds in our galaxy. So, you know, you're definitely very, very brainy. You're very, very brainy. You could very much be into science, technology, mathematics, things like that, or you could be knee deep into the occult, or You could be a great politician or something along those lines. But you're definitely very, very smart. You're definitely very book smart, street smart, or both. And for a lot of y'all, I'm picking up both. You definitely have this balance within you. And Arcturians are definitely known to. Arcturians are very, very sensitive because they are beings of high dimensions. So it's very difficult for an Arcturian to be fully present in their body at all given times. So if you have gender dysmorphia, body dysmorphia, you're definitely my Arcturian starseeds. But you definitely overcompensate your own body dysmorphia by being so hard on yourself by just your sheer intelligence, and Arcturians are very well known to alchemize any negative vibrations that they have been thrown at, and I feel a lot of y'all have been put in situations where you had no choice but to be triggered into your starseed awakening or just awakening in general, and just completely able to transmute some horrible situations in your life that most people wouldn't have made it through, So you're definitely very, very powerful, and you're a lot tougher than you think you are. And Arcturians are also known to be very telepathic, so you probably don't like a lot of noise. You probably don't like to be around situations that are very violent, aggressive. You very much like to be in your books. You very much like to be in your crystals or your mathematics, whatever you do over here, and Arcturians are very, very smart. Arcturians on that planet, they can move things with their mind. They can speak to each other with their mind. They're that advanced, and even the technology that Arcturians use, it's not computer based. They completely work on auras, and they completely work on their own cosmic ascended consciousness. So even the spaceships that they use to travel, it's not computer based. It is very aura based and consciousness based. So you're very, very advanced. You might feel, people may say that you're an old soul, or people might say that you're too ahead for your times. You yourself might feel that you're born in the wrong age. It's probably because you're an Arcturian starseed. And the whole point of Arcturian starseeds in our reality is all about, they are definitely here to help us raise vibration. They are great healers. You're meant to give, you're definitely a giver, and you're very powerful. We have the sun and we have the moon, so you're very, very, very powerful. But I think what is truly stopping you from tapping into your complete power and your potential is Eight of Swords. I know a lot of bad things have happened to you. You probably have been bullied. People have not understood you, and you just have a general feeling of dread and just this general feeling of no one gets me. But I just really want you all to know that is also happening for a reason over here. All of this is supposed to catalyze you into your greatest awakening of all time, and your own personal healing has a lot to do with healing others. And the sooner you realize this as your own star mission, the easier your life will get, and the more abundance you will get in. I feel a lot of y'all are meant to communicate, and I feel a lot of y'all are great communicators, and like I said, you probably don't like to talk a lot, but I feel a lot of y'all have certain jobs where you have no choice but to speak and talk, and that is deliberately so that you can help other people. The more you help other people, the more universe will help you over here. But you're very, very smart. You at times you may feel that you're probably reading other people's minds and thoughts even when you don't want to. You may be taking on to other people's energies that are not yours. So you need to definitely cleanse your aura, keep your energy clean, take spiritual baths, and take necessary protection that you truly need to survive as an Arcturian starseed. Like I said, they're very high dimensional beings, and they don't like the density of Earth. It takes a lot of lifetimes to be born on Earth, just because how dense this reality is compared to the other realities. So put your focus in communicating your truth. Your truth is going to be your truth is going to be the most powerful weapon, and I feel a lot of y'all are very individualistic. You know, a lot of y'all are very special in your own ways, and that is very much for a reason. You know, and that reason is to inspire other people and raise their own vibration and frequency. I feel that is a big part of your own spiritual mission in this life is to help and trigger other people into their own spiritual ascensions. You know, it's like a wave. You know, you're sort of the crest of the wave, and when you start going up, you know, people have no choice but to go up with you. You know, so you may trigger a lot of people by just being you, and all of a sudden my throat is a little itchy, so I feel a lot of people are trying to block your throat chakra. But the more you speak your truth and the more you speak what needs to be said and stop being such a people pleaser all the time, that's when you will truly step into your power, and you will realize how powerful your words can be. Hence, you'll be more careful about making them malleable as it seems fit to the situation, and you will also realize the healing power of your words. You know, we have the sun and the moon, and sun and the moon gives us the eclipse, right? So you're very, very, very powerful, and a lot of y'all may wish to work with some eclipse energies. You know, and for my singles out there, I feel a lot of y'all have twin flames, you know, and twin flame journeys are not very easy. So you're very, very close to meeting your twin and having a life with them, because I'm picking up here that you won't just meet your twin, you will actually be able to have a beautiful life with them. So just allow yourself to, the more you sort of allow yourself to follow your own soul's calling and your north node, the quicker you will come into alignment of abundance and meeting your soulmate. You know, I'm picking up a lot of y'all are working very, very hard, but y'all haven't achieved what you need to achieve, and you're very, very close to achieving that. You know, so go through the portal and speak your truth. You know, you guys really, really need to speak your truth, because my throat is definitely getting very itchy all of a sudden. So I feel there are certain people trying to shut you up just because you being yourself is enough to trigger other people. So just take that and understand just how powerful you are at your weakest, you know. So what will you truly be at your highest, right? So you definitely have a lot of tapped gifts, you know. I feel a lot of y'all are also very clairvoyant. So you may be getting dreams, visions, gut feelings. Pay attention. A lot of signs and synchronicities. Really pay attention to what is happening around you. And you need to understand that your brain is your best friend, and often it works against you. You know, your ability to overthink and analyze things sometimes gets in your own way. So at one point you also need to learn how to embody this human body and this human form. You know, all your circumstances are just perfect to bring you into higher realizations that you truly need. You know, your ascension is not going to come by running into the hills. Your ascension is going to happen, and your liberation is going to happen in the density of the 3D materiality. You know, all your very human problems are very divine. You know, so start seeing them like that, and start seeing things for what they are, which are lessons. You know, so nothing has truly phased you over here. You know, nothing has broken you apart, even though a lot of y'all may feel very broken. But I just really want you all to know that that is not the case. You're a lot tougher than you think you are, and you've really got this. You know, you're very, very smart. A lot of y'all are channeling some ancient wisdom. I'm also picking that up, you know. So keep doing that. We have inner earth. You'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. So like I was saying, you know, and it ties in with the whole Arcturian point of view, that our Arcturian starseeds are meant to help others elevate because they've already ascended. You know, and you're coming into earth from a very dense dimension. From a very light dimension to a very dense dimension, I mean. You know, so take it easy on yourself. I feel walking barefoot on grass would really help you. Working out, just whatever workout you want to do. You don't have to hit the gym, you know, you can swim, do yoga, whatever works for you, please do it. It will truly help you, because you need to be as embodied. I feel a lot of your lower chakras are very weak and your higher chakras are very strong. And when your lower chakras are weak and your higher chakras are strong, it becomes almost impossible to really bring things into reality. And this is your superpower. So don't let go of that. So just try to bring yourself into best alignment, you know. A lot of y'all just need to take time and smell the roses. I feel a lot of y'all are overworking and burning yourself out. So please stop doing that. You're very close to achieving your goals here. This card flip, we'll take it. We have the portal keepers. Portals are gateway to other layers of reality. They can be accessed through inner practices or externally in places such as planets' vortices. Gently explore the edges of your existence. Spend time listening in the forest, deepen your meditation practice, dance yourself into ecstasy, explore psychic tools, and study new healing modalities. If you feel lacking in purpose or life seems a little mundane, remember there is never a reason to be bored. When we experience what we experience with our physical senses is just a tip of the iceberg. Magic exists wherever you care to find it. Look between the lines and the limitless discovery. So, I feel a lot of y'all are daydreamers. I feel a lot of y'all have an ability to just slip into other dimensions and realities, and you haven't even realized this. And I feel a lot of y'all have been doing this since y'all were kids. You know, so just know that your ability to visualize things is not as common as you think. You would be surprised, most people cannot visualize, especially very like viscerally, that you can. I'm picking up, you know, a lot of y'all are some very heavy daydreamers, and you need to use your ability to daydream, because I feel a lot of y'all will be great astral projectors and travelers. You know, you'll be able to project your astral body and look at yourself from like a 4D point of view, because you're already a very ascended, advanced soul. And I feel a lot of y'all may even have cats, so be around your cats. And in general, you need healing yourself. You know, Arcturians are healers, and any good healer has sickness of their own. You know, otherwise they would not be a good healer. So and like I was saying, you know, it all ties in. Your own healing will happen with healing of the collective. So focus on healing yourself and healing the collective, and it will simultaneously happen. You know, what is on the inside is on the outside. You know, your inner beauty is reflected on the outside, and that is what I'm really picking up here. So you're a very, very powerful being. You know, you truly don't need people, and I feel a lot of y'all have been alone. But just know that the person truly meant for you is coming. Your mate is coming for you. Your twin flame, your soulmate, you know, so definitely prepare yourself. And your psychic gifts are definitely increasing right now, you know. So don't get freaked out, don't be scared. I know it can be a very rough time when your gifts are going up, you know, you really start feeling like you're crazy and no one gets you, but I get you. You know, so just relax and you've got this. Yeah, so that's all I have for pile 9. And again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and you may be attracted to more than one pile in this reading. So please check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. If you chose pile number 10, you're most likely my Syrian starseeds. So we'll keep these here and we'll shuffle some tarot and get into it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into what do I need to tell my Syrian starseeds. What do I need to tell my Syrian starseeds? Okay, so we have Princess of Discs, Ace of Wands, the Devil, 3 of Discs, 3 of Swords, the Chariot, 4 of Wands, and 10 of Wands. So, you know, Syrians obviously come from the binary system of the star Sirius. And if you would be aware, you know, Sirius has played a very big role in Egyptian mythology, and the goddess of death and then Isis have been correlated to as being the queen of the star Sirius. And what is very interesting about the star Sirius is it's the brightest star in our night sky, because it's also the closest, you know. So, and it's also very visible. You can sort of spot it. It's very close to the Orion's belt, you know. So first things first, Syrians are very, very creative. You're very individualistic. You're very artistic. You're very, the way you dress and the way you express yourself is also very, very unique and special to you. You know, if someone else is copying your style, people can tell that they are copying. And I feel a lot of y'all have people who mimic you in a very mediocre way, because no one can pull off the things you pull off, and that is precisely because you're a Syrian starseed. You know, Syrians are they're very poetic. You know, you could write poetry, you could paint, you could sing, you could dance, and you love water. Syrians love water, you know. So if you have this unexplainable urge to go to the sea, the lake, the beach, the ocean, please go, because Syrians naturally heal by being in water. And Syrians are very, very loving. They're very, very sensitive. They're very empathic. They're also very, very psychic. But they have a lot of learning to do, and I feel a lot of y'all have been reincarnated as Syrian starseeds on Earth to really stand up for what you truly believe in, because y'all are great manifestors. You need to know that, and I feel a lot of y'all truly feel, like, I know all starseeds feel that they don't belong on Earth, but Syrians feel that the most, because it's a very dense reality, and Syrians are just too loving, and they're just too like beautiful and artistic to like exist, you know. But you exist, and that has a very deep reason. I feel a lot of y'all are great manifestors, and I feel a lot of y'all may be going through certain creative blocks, things of that nature. I just want you to know that it will happen. Your creative blocks will move when certain lessons are learned, because you're meant to learn certain lessons, and don't try to bypass your lessons that you're meant to learn over here, because it's going to be very important and pivotal in your own growth and healing journey, because a lot of you all have to heal others. You know, Syrians are natural healers. So the more you tap into your more uniqueness and individuality, the stronger you will become. So you need to truly let go of what people have to say about you or think about you, because you're meant to be this amazing, one-of-a-kind star. You know, Sirius, the star of Sirius is the brightest in our night sky, and I'm recording this in August, so July, August, September is the rise of the star Sirius in our night sky. So definitely you're meant to have great movement in this life, and we have 3 of Wands, so you definitely have a lot of signs and synchronicities, angels. I feel a lot of y'all have dolphin as your spirit animal, whales, or you'll just love mermaids, you know. All of that is very important to you, and pay attention to that. You know, you may be seeing a lot of signs, synchronicities. For example, you might just be scrolling, seeing certain fishes, mermaids. All that is a sign that you're sort of waking up to your own starseed mission over here. And I feel a lot of y'all have gone through different heartbreaks, through friends, through lovers, and all of this has helped you alchemize yourself into the best version of yourself. And if you aren't already there, you're very, very close. You're meant to have great movement in this life. You're meant to also, I feel a lot of y'all are very psychic intuitives. I feel a lot of y'all have tarot channels or will have tarot channels on the future on YouTube. And if you do, please leave it in the comment. I love binge watching tarot as much as I love doing it. So y'all are my beautiful psychic, empathic, medium babes. You know, so you have some amazing gifts and abilities. And let me tell you one thing about psychic gifts and abilities. The way it gets triggered is not pleasant. It's never pleasant the way your psychic gifts get triggered. I'll just be very real over here. But when you come into your full power and you look back and you realize how many people you're truly able to help, you're just like, whoa, wow, thank you, it had to happen. And you will naturally come into that place. But I think the most important lesson here for you guys is to not be so stuck in your mind, because I feel a lot of y'all are very stuck in your mind. So please get out of your mind. You're meant to have a happy home in this life. So if you're single, just know your soulmate, your twin flame, your mate is coming towards you. You're meant to be with a very specific individual. And that itself is going to be a very healing and a triggering journey for you. So The biggest lesson, message for you that I'm getting here, and lesson for you, is boundaries. I feel a lot of y'all don't have boundaries because you're natural givers, and the most important lesson that you need to have as a giver is, yes, you want to give everyone, but are the people worthy? And that's when your own discernment comes in, and your own discernment will truly only kick in after you've had enough bad experiences. So you get the choice whether have you truly learned or not. And when you truly embody this lesson of boundaries, I feel a lot of your soulmates will come in, because I feel right now you're taking on other people's energies, other people's problems that you truly don't need and want in your own life. Yes, you can alchemize energy, but you don't need to alchemize other people's energy. They can do it themselves. And in a way, you're sort of stopping them from their own growth. So please don't do that. And you, firstly, I feel a lot of you just need to have boundaries with yourself, because give yourself the love. If it's easier to love other people than it is to love yourself, please do some shadow work. It's very much called for. Pull some oracle. Any additional messages here? Spirit. What do my siblings need to know? Okay. We have 4 cards. We have baby steps, called, Star Keeper, Earth School, and Big Picture Thinking. 5 cards. So I feel a lot of you are getting intuitive nudges and guidings. So please follow that, because the reality you want to create will not make sense to others, because only you have the vision. And you have the vision because you're meant to do it. And the reason other people don't have that vision is precisely because they're not meant to do it. So keep following your vision. And I feel a lot of y'all are going through certain portals in your life. You're definitely shifting timelines. We have soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So like I said, I feel a lot of y'all are Syrians. My Syrian starseeds are going to be very, very triggered into having your spiritual starseed awakening, and a lot of your own spiritual gifts will be triggered. But I just want you all to know that you have done this before. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. My creative babes, what did I say? The more you create, the easier it will be for you to come into alignment. You cannot deny your true nature. You all are meant to be artists of some kind. So just embrace the weirdness, embrace the quirkiness, the kookiness, embrace who you are, because there's truly no one like y'all. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study high learning. I feel a lot of y'all also need to get into some studies. So I feel a lot of y'all may be called to study tarot, runes, whatever you're called to study, astrology, please do it. Do some research on your own starseed origins. Starkeeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. So it's very important as an artist to keep yourself very, very grounded. Otherwise, you cannot really manifest what you need. And just know that all the circumstances you have been put into are very essential for your growth right now. So the only way to break the matrix is through. And face your problems head on. It's going to truly help you over here. Your problems are almost a setup for you to grow. So you just need to know things are happening for you and not to you. We have loving compassion. Bring more love into a situation, whether it is towards yourself or someone connected to the question. There may be a need for forgiveness or for seeing things from a fresh or more expansive perspective. Remember, you are loved and have unlimited access to the gentle yet transformational force of loving compassion as and when you need it. To bring yourself back into your heart, think about those you love and the moments with them that you have felt joy. Expand this feeling out to more and more people, creatures, and places until the whole planet is infused with this beautiful, warm, and loving feeling. So your heart chakra is the portal that we were speaking about. So the more you embrace your heart chakra and heal it, the more you will come into alignment, into your highest purpose. And you're meant to do big things. You're meant to be great artists. You're meant to move a lot of people. You're meant to be seen. So just embrace who you are. I think that is the biggest lesson over here, and that is your superpower, just your uniqueness, And it may be very difficult for you to understand that just you being you is enough, because I feel like people have told you all your life that it was not enough. But let me tell you, it is what the world needs. The world needs you right now. Yeah. So that's all I have for my pile tens. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And I'm taking personal readings, so you can definitely reach out for private readings on my email or my Instagram handle, which is given in the description box below. And you may be attracted to one or more piles in this reading, so you may want to check that out. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, if you chose pile number 11, you're my Pleiadian star seeds. So we'll keep this here and we'll shuffle some tarot to get into it. Angels, ancestors, pickcards, ascended masters, help me tap into my Pleiadian star seeds. Help me tap into my Pleiadian star seeds. Too many cards. What do I need to tell my Pleiadian star seeds? So we have Six of Swords, Death, Five of Pentacles, Prince of Wands, Prince of Cups, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Judgment, Prince of Pentacles, Five of Wands, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune. So Pleiadians are from the Pleiades star system, the 7th star system that we have not very far from where we live. And there was a time when Pleiadians were very much in their ego, like how we humans tend to be, and they almost sort of destroyed the planet, but Arcturians helped them ascend, basically. So if you're a Pleiadian starseed, you most likely are tall. You don't have to be, but most Pleiadian starseeds are tall and very, very pretty. You may be into elven stuff, you may be into elven culture, and you're very, very sensitive. Pleiadian starseeds are very, very sensitive, so you need to be very careful about what you consume, what you eat, what you watch, because you become that. You're very good at just taking on to certain energies, and Pleiadian starseeds are natural, powerful healers, so you may be into certain healing professions, or even if you're not, you just have people love being around you, and you just have a very healing touch, a very healing voice. People flock to you, and even sometimes you don't understand it. It most likely means you're a Pleiadian starseed. And butterflies are very important, So you may be seeing a lot of butterflies. Just know that that is your Pleiadian family trying to speak to you. And what I'm picking up from my Pleiadian starseeds over here is you're definitely going through a rite of passage. I'm sensing that a lot of difficult things have happened in your life. You've faced a lot of defeat, a lot of backstabbing, betrayal. But I just want you all to know that you're moving past it. You're very much in the process. You're very much still grieving. It's okay. Allow yourself to grieve. It will end. It will end very soon. You may feel left out in the cold, but this is supposed to trigger you into being a pioneer. You're meant to be go-getters. You're meant to do things that no one has done in this life, on this earth, And all your previous experiences are just here to trigger you to step into your true power and go for what you truly want to go for. And Pleiadians are very laid back, they're very chill. They're not like a hassle, and you have a very laid back, chill vibe to you, and people love that. I feel a lot of y'all are struggling. I feel a lot of y'all are probably fighting with your family, friends, lovers, karmic lovers, I mean. And you don't have the peace you need. But all of this is supposed to trigger you to step into your power, because you're very, very powerful. You're meant to impact a lot of people. A lot of y'all are meant to be seen. And this will only happen with due diligence. With putting in hard work, with daily work. I feel a lot of y'all need to come more into your masculine energy. Doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. You need to get into the doing. You need to get into, for example, what you can do is make a small list of small things you can do daily that you can achieve. That will sort of mitigate all these wrong ideas you have about self-worth that people have imposed onto you, because you're more than worthy. You're very, very powerful, and things are definitely turning in your favor. I feel a lot of y'all will earn a lot of money, and you will definitely come into a lot of money. I feel a lot of y'all are Tauruses. I'm picking up very heavy earth sign energy. You could have any Taurus placements, Capricorn or Virgo placements, but I'm picking up heavy Taurus. So just know that your ability to create things, you're meant to create things out of nothing, and your life has sort of set you on this stage where everything has been taken away from you. So your ability to create everything out of nothing will sort of come into being, and that will bring you the abundance. You're not meant to do what most people do over here. You're not meant to have a conventional job. So if you're doing a conventional job and you're not happy and you're not even realizing what the hell you're doing, you need to leave it. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but that's going to be for a few people over here, because you're very unique and you're very individual, and people have told you to water yourself down, but it is your uniqueness that is going to get you to places, and I don't even think it is about that. Your soul mission is much greater than you, and when you truly realize this, when you realize the kind of power you're wielding, that's when you'll finally answer the call, and things will start shifting for you, because you're meant to live a very abundant life. You're meant to live a very happy life. You definitely have a lover coming in. You definitely have an equal coming in very, very soon. But that will only happen once you're independent and when you're doing your own thing and when you truly don't need anyone. So definitely start following your calling. There's no more delaying it, because I think a lot of y'all know what it is. A lot of y'all are meant to heal. A lot of y'all are meant to create things on this earth that no one creates. I feel a lot of y'all are very hyper specialized in whatever you all do over here. So please do it. We need it. Too many cards, but I'm called to take this and this and this. So we have, you've got the love, jump in, I'm sorry, and the courageous peony. So it says codependency and boundaries. So I feel a lot of y'all need to have certain boundaries in place and not just hold other people accountable, but hold yourself accountable. What you need to understand is there have to be certain things that you're not okay even with yourself. And don't overextend yourself to heal others. You cannot actually heal anyone. You can just help people. You can just aid people in healing, and people have to do the work. And I feel a lot of times you start feeling guilty because other people have not healed. It is not your job to heal them. Say yes to change. I feel a lot of things have been taken away from your life. I feel a lot of people have been just snatched out of your life against your will, but I just want you all to know that that is happening for a reason. And it's really a call for you to dive into the abyss, because only you can bring out the gold that is needed. And I feel this is a lot to do with you expressing your truth, you speaking up, you speaking your truth. You'll need to start talking, because you're holding deep wisdom within you. You're speaking what needs to be expressed. And if you don't do that, your throat chakra will get blocked. So please don't do that to yourself. I feel there's a lot of guilt. I feel there's a lot of shame in what has happened. And give yourself all the time you need to heal. And you're allowed to revisit certain things that you thought you were healed from. So just please allow yourself to go back and heal. Because the more you heal, the more you will open up to what is truly meant for you. Because all the lessons you've gone through, even the most difficult ones, yes, they broke you, but it hasn't actually done any damage, because you still have the ability to love. You're still very compassionate. You're still very empathetic, so you're truly winning, and you need to realize this. You definitely have a very, very special purpose on this earth. the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen, you know. You are probably weird because you're meant to be seen, you know. I feel a lot of y'all feel very awkward about your body, but the more you start feeling comfortable, the more you'll realize that things will shift into your favor. I feel the only thing really stopping you right now is you. So you just need to allow yourself to bloom, because you are meant to bloom in this life. We have endless opportunities and she the lotus. It's wonderful to have freedom to choose. However, sometimes indecisions can be almost suffocating, so get into your body and let your gut feeling guide the way. You have options and opportunities you may have not realized. The universe wants to give you what you want. It's all there, so reach out wholeheartedly and choose it. While you sit on the fence, your experiences are diluted and confusing. We live in a time of choices. Sometimes reasons and limitations direct our choices, and we feel unfulfilled as a result. Choose life from a place of heart, compassion, and integrity, and you cannot go wrong. She of the Lotus. If there is a way to fast track growth, it is by being real with your shadowy or unloved parts of yourself. Shadows can be painful or tender to touch. Sensitivity can trigger that which shows us where we might want to heal some of our dark or forgotten parts. Accepting our shadow is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness and self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into daylight under a loving compassion light. They will resolve and re-assimilate, reminding us on the flip side of the coin, these are our superpowers. So I'm sure you're seeing a lot of butterflies here, you know, and just take that as a sign that you are transforming. You are the cocoon right now, and you are sort of in this liminal space where you're not your older version. You know, your older version has definitely died, but you haven't completely been birthed into the full potential of who you're truly meant to be. You know, it's almost like you've had different lifetimes in this one lifetime, and every time you see a butterfly, just take it as a kiss from the universe, because it is your Pleiadian starseed family loving on you. And you may feel very alone right now, but just know that you are not. And the help is coming, and you are enough for now. You know, you may feel that you're not enough, but you truly are. So move accordingly. You have a lot of power. You're getting a lot of downloads, and it's rough. You know, when your psychic gifts go up, it's very rough. I get it. You know, but I just want you to know that it's all happening for you and not to you. So yeah, that's all I have for my Pleiadians. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And I'm taking private readings, so you can definitely reach out for private readings on my email ID and my Instagram handle, which is given in the description box below. And you may be attracted to one or more piles in this reading, so you may want to check that out. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, if you chose pile number 12, you are my mantis being starseeds. So we'll shuffle some tarot and get into it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into my mantis being starseeds. Okay, so we have Temperance, Two of Pentacles, Princess of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Okay, so first things first, mantis beings are probably the least known of the starseeds, you know, so you're like a really rare starseed group, you know, you're as rare as my blue avian starseeds. So we know very little about the mantis being starseeds. What they say is they probably originated in the same, they didn't originate, but they sort of exist in the same constellation as the Alpha Draconians, or a lot of people say they came from like another universe. So there's like a multiverse of madness possibility over here, you know. And mantis beings are very, very psychic, you know, so I'm picking up I feel a lot of y'all are witches. I feel a lot of y'all are my witches, my wizards, my warlocks, my occultists. Because, yeah, I'm definitely getting that. And mantis beings are very sensitive and they're great healers. They have beautiful ability to heal. I feel a lot of y'all are also very, very tall and slender. I'm not saying all of y'all have to be, but I'm picking up that over here for a lot of y'all. And it is definitely a sign that, your healing abilities, your empathy, your ability to, I feel a lot of y'all have claircognizance over here. You just know things. And I feel a lot of y'all also don't like noise. I feel a lot of y'all hate noise. And that is very much because mantis beings, they communicate in frequencies and like more quieter modalities than like noise. And they're also highly telepathic. And they share very similar technology with the blue avians, where they sort of have these orbs that they travel with, and mantis beings are also known to be very like chameleon-like. So your ability to just shift and change according to different people in your life, it is coming from your mantis being starseed origins. And they're definitely trying to communicate with you, and you definitely have a lot of protection around you, and you're definitely going through a lot of changes in your life. I feel a lot of y'all are becoming a whole new person. It's almost like you're going through a rebirth. And I feel this is not your first rebirth. I feel a lot of y'all have had many rebirths in your lifetime over and over again. And mantis beings maintain their high vibration by really being in their feminine receptive energy, and they have a lot of musical and sound healing that goes along with that. That's how they sort of maintain their vibration. So I feel you are my kind of people who just put on your earphones to escape situations, or you have in the past. And music is something that definitely helps you go into different dimensions and you don't even realize it. You're using music as a tool to like actually travel, because you definitely have some very, very powerful gifts. And I think your gifts are just growing daily. Your gifts are growing very, very much. And I feel a lot of y'all aren't as abundant in the 3D, but your abundance is coming. Because I feel a lot of y'all have been born into families where you truly don't belong. And that is precisely so you were meant to end some very major and big karmic cycles. And you're very close to ending it. And I feel a lot of y'all have ended it and you're in the healing process. And when you complete your healing process, you will just fall into the lap of luxury and your abundance. You'll never have to sort of scrape for money ever again. You will have more than enough. And this abundance is coming to you because you're supposed to use it for the benefit of all. You have a higher purpose and you have a higher calling. I feel a lot of y'all are mystics. I feel a lot of y'all will get liberation and samadhi in this life. I feel this is your last life on earth. And before that, you're definitely going to come into a lot of money and a lot of power. If you're single, you have your twin flame and your soulmate coming in. I'm picking up that heavily. But you very much have to make a choice. And you have to keep choosing you over and over again till you reach where you need to go. And I feel a lot of y'all, as healers, you need to put yourself first. I feel you're not having certain boundaries and you're just letting people run amok in your life. And that has hindered your own growth. But just know that things are happening at divine timing here. And you definitely have a lot of protection. You have a lot of protection. It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. You need to tap into your femininity because your power lies there. Your power lies in your mysticism, your ability to fantasize, daydream, imagine, manifest. Because you have these abilities. I feel a lot of y'all have mediumship abilities. You can definitely make some otherworldly contact. You can definitely contact the dead. But the more you give into your gifts and the more you allow your gifts to grow and expand, they will. But you just really have to make a choice here. I feel a lot of y'all are also very spooked by things happening to you. There's just all this unexplainable phenomena around you that you just cannot explain, But it is all because of how powerful you are. You're definitely my ESP pile. So I feel a lot of y'all have tarot channels on YouTube, and if you do, please leave it in the comment. Or not, you may be called to study Sufism, astrology, whatever you're being called to study it, because this lifetime you're meant to study, and you will create money and abundance by studying and helping other people and sharing your wisdom, because you have a beautiful way of sharing your wisdom as well. You know, the way you can articulate something no one can, and it's in your articulation that holds the freedom for a lot of other people, because you have transmuted that for yourself and you have enough energy to sort of put it out in the world, and it will help other people transmute at a very cellular, subconscious level. So you're meant to do some very, very big things. I feel a lot of you have some very big starseed missions, and you're meant to heal the collective. So if you're already not in a place where you're sort of speaking to a larger audience, you need to get there, because you're meant to do that in this lifetime. You need to start following your North Node. And I feel you are very much in that position. You know, I don't feel it's very much a choice whether you get to choose to follow your North Node or your South Node. You know, you're just sort of yanked from one end to the other. And I know it's rough, but it is meant for the greatest good of not just you, but other people. You're also a lot tougher than you think you are. And if you don't feel that way, just look back at everything you've survived. Let me tell you, most people wouldn't survive that. I'm really picking that up here. My heart really goes out to you all, because I just know how sensitive you guys are over here. Pull some more. Any additional messages? Okay, cards. We have surrendered to the sweetness, trust the timing, activated earth. So like I was saying, you know, trust the wave you came in on, time is not running out. I feel a lot of you all may even be old over here, so just know that time is not running out. You're exactly where you need to be, and your life circumstances are such that you can get liberation at any given moment, and even at the most difficult times in your life, because you know what is highest is the closest to what is the lowest, right? And I feel the spy will understand that. So definitely study your alchemy, definitely study your hermeticism, your mysticism, yoga, whatever you want to study, Buddhism, because I feel a lot of y'all will be called to study something very specifically. Like I feel a lot of y'all need to study about Babylon, Egypt. Study it, it's going to help you. We have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So you're definitely being called to certain places, like I just mentioned, all these different time periods and places, you know. So you may have this sudden urge to just travel, so just go there, you know. Even if you don't, I'm not saying you have to travel to destinations, but if you're being called to just a mountain or an ocean, go there, because you will find something that is very, very important, and it will heal you. We have surrendered to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So the most difficult part of your life is truly over, and you need to truly start enjoying your life, because just focus on being more happy, because you've suffered enough, you've had enough bad things happen to you, and things will only go up. The only way to go now is up, and you don't see it coming for yourself, but you're going to come into a lot of money. And because I'm picking up a lot of people here are struggling with money, just know that the money is coming in. It is really coming in, and it's going to be not just money, it's going to be everything. You're going to get the money, the success, and the love, you know. So it's all going to happen in threes, so to speak. And just keep focusing on small things, you know, and get enough sleep. I feel a lot of you are not getting enough sleep, so please sleep and work with moon cycles as much as you can. I feel a lot of your psychic gifts and abilities are linked to the moon. So the more you get yourself in sync with the moon cycle, the more beneficial it will be for you. Any additional messages for anything I missed? We have new blueprints. Powerful, meaningful change starts with you today. Despite our desire for change, we can be overwhelmed by all that is going on, and making a positive impact can seem impossible. We have more of a voice than we realize. This card inspires action, no matter how small, that will create a ripple of light in the world. You are a part of the bigger picture, a greater story of your actions, your choices, your presence are making a difference. Your presence are making a difference. You have more power than you realize. Focus on what you can do and do it well. Change takes time, so make plans and start now. So start small, and I think this is very, very self-explanatory. And you're very, 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 very powerful. Like, emphasis on the very. So, you know, take that how it resonates. Yeah, so that's all I have for my mantis beings. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. I'm taking personal readings at this time, so you can definitely reach out for a private reading. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. And you may be attracted to one or more pile in this reading, so you may want to check that out. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.